What's up, guys? We're back again another week, and this is episode number 34.
34.
Roll that intro. All right.
Hello, happy Tuesday. It's literally felt like I've had a week and a half, and it's Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, it felt like we recorded our last video like yesterday. Like, time's been going by so quick because of the holidays.
Yeah, it's so fun. I love the holidays.
I used to like the holidays a lot more as a kid.
Yeah, when you don't have responsibilities and
Yeah.
everyone just gives you gifts and you just eat.
Now
you
it's
don't have
like,
school.
yeah, it's hectic too because you can feel like the tension with everyone driving around and just like you can feel the tension in the air when like people are stressed out because of the holidays.
It's the most stressful time of the year, not the most joyful time of the year.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah. But let us know how your guys like holidays are going and stuff, like, you know, building up to it.
You
Like,
got glitter on you.
yeah, we went to a concert a few weeks ago and there was glitter in there, you know.
And there was glitter, and
Yeah. Yep.
We put glitter on. That's what he's saying. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just want to make a little announcement that I am so sorry to everyone who was so offended by me not talking into the mic enough last week. I wasn't feeling well. I'm not going to go into details, but if you know, you know.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Mother Nature.
And yeah. So sorry, I didn't want to not film because I didn't want to not have a video up. I just wasn't feeling great, so excuse me for not talking into the mic clearly enough and having a lot of energy. So I will do better, guys.
All right. So today we're aiming at you Australians, you Aussies out there. So today we're going to do 50 things that are only possible in Australia. And yeah, let's see how it goes.
And it's by Brightside.
Yeah, Brightside. Goddamn, they have 44 million subscribers. And here we go.
Okay, it's pop quiz time. Which country has the longest fence in the world? How about the second largest Greek population? 3 times more sheep than people? Okay, one word will give it away. Kangaroos! Yeah, I'm talking about the land down under. So, what do you know about Australia?
Real quick,
It was a prison island.
I've been to
wasn't it?
Australia. And I went to the Gold Coast and Brisbane. No, wait. Yeah, I went to Brisbane, which is like the city. I remember that. And then we drove to Byron Bay, and I went skydiving in Byron Bay. So that was cool.
I went skydiving.
Gold Coast or Surfer's Paradise was really cool because it was almost like a city, but it had like a surfer vibe too. So it was pretty cool. And Byron Bay was like the hippies.
His sister lived in Australia for a couple years
Yeah.
because her boyfriend was there. And
Well, she got a travel job over there too.
Well, yeah.
But it did help that
Because-
her boyfriend
yeah.
was
Well, I'm saying, didn't she move there to be with him?
Yeah, and then
she
also
was
just like to try
She
it
was a
out.
travel nurse for a bit, so that was like cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brian went to go visit, and that was like the thing you were talking about.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. So let's start with the name. Australia comes from the Latin word australis, which means southern. Way back in the 2nd century, there were legends of a mysterious Terra Australis Incognita, or unknown southern land. Well, now it's very known, so let's get to know more about it. Despite the stereotypes of hot, sunny weather year-round, the Australian Alps, which are the highest mountain range in the country, get more snow than the Swiss Alps do.
Wow.
Better grab your skis. The world's longest national highway is in Australia. It stretches for over 9,000 miles. For comparison, the Earth's diameter is about 7,900 miles. It's actually a network of highways that connects all capitals of the mainland states. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the Great Wall of China, but what about the Great Fence of Australia? Okay, that's not what it's called, but still, the Dingo Fence in southeast Australia stretches for nearly 3,500 miles. For comparison, it would easily cover the entire span of the U.S., from Los Angeles to Houghton, Maine. Now, it might not be so surprising to know that Australia is huge. It's about the same size as the continental U.S., about 2,500 miles wide. The distance from the west to east coast is further than Barcelona to Moscow. In all, Australia is the world's sixth largest country and the only one that's also a whole continent. But with all that territory, over 80% of Australians live within 60 miles of the coast.
I have heard that.
This makes the country one of the most coastal-dwelling populations in the world. And that means a whole lot of beaches.
Yeah.
In fact, they have so many that if you decided to visit a new beach every day, it would take you almost 30 years to see them all.
Wow.
The biggest property in Australia is about 40,000 square miles in area. South Korea could fit into it with room to spare. The country's termites are busy building huge properties as well. Their mounds are the tallest animal-made structures on this planet. Before humans arrived, the continent was home to megafauna. If you lived there about 46,000 years ago, you'd be dead today. But you would have seen 10-foot-tall kangaroos, 23-foot-long goanna lizards, and ducks the size of an adult horse.
So this is pretty wild.
Yeah.
When I think of Australia, I do think of like
Giant
crazy
spiders.
Yeah, that was. I never saw one when I was there. I held a koala, but you guys called them something. You guys called them something else, like a drop bear or something. Because apparently, like I heard that was told a story that they would drop from the trees if you're like in the forest or something, and they would just like come and like claw you.
Don't they have gonorrhea?
I thought it was chlamydia.
Or is it chlamydia?
I think it's chlamydia.
Don't they have chlamydia?
I don't know, but I held one.
Quack, quack. The largest living structure on the planet is the Australian Great Barrier Reef. By the way, it has its own mailbox, and there's a rumor that the fish there use eel mail. Yeah. Neither kangaroos nor emus can walk backward, that's a fact. And that's why they're painted on the Australian coat of arms. Keep moving forward. The platypus, an egg-laying mammal that lives only in Australia, is one of the rare venomous mammals on this
What?
planet. Luckily, while the venom has an excruciatingly
Wait, a platypus?
Yeah, I didn't know they were
Fuck.
only in Australia. But again, I've only
Phineas and Ferb did not teach us that.
I've never seen Phineas and
He's
Ferb.
never seen Phineas and Ferb. Oh, wait, maybe it's not a show that like.
Have you guys heard of Phineas and Ferb? Yeah, we'll see.
Wait, hold on. This is confusing me because now I have to think to myself. They didn't have accents, from my memory.
Who? Oh, Phineas and Ferb.
So
Are they
how do
based in
have-
Australia?
How do they have Perry the Platypus?
I don't know, babe. It's a show.
It's inaccurate though.
Yeah, no shit.
Anyway,
All right.
painful effect on people, it's not lethal. The takeaway? Don't fuss with a
I thought I was gonna
platypus.
say don't fuck
By
with
the
it.
way, when the first platypus was brought to England, people there were sure that it was a joke. The English believed
Oh my
that
God.
Australians had sewn a duck's bill onto a rat's body to play a trick on them. Yeah, right up until he bit them. Not laughing now, are you? Swimming in the surf during the day had been illegal in Australia up until 1902.
Wow.
But after one guy calmly entered the waves of Manly Beach one afternoon that year, surf bathing became increasingly popular. The largest Greek population outside of Greece itself is in Australia.
I had no
Actually,
idea.
to be more precise, in Melbourne. More than 160,000 people who live there say they come from Greek descent. Melbourne was the richest city in the world in 1880. These days, Tokyo, Japan holds this title. And until 2018, Melbourne had been rated as the most livable.
So we didn't go to So I know this too.
My tummy's growling.
I know that you don't say Melbourne or Melbourne. It's Melbourne.
Oh.
Hey. But just
That's how they can decipher if you're a local or tourist, huh?
yeah. But let us know what you guys like favorite city in Australia is. I know there's like a lot of open land, that there's a lot of Aboriginals and stuff like that. So just any info you have on Australia too, let us know. Were you guys really was it I know this might be a myth, I don't know, but I've heard that like from the UK and certain areas there were like prisoners that they sent them to Australia
I thought
to like
Australia
fend
was
for
like
themselves.
a prison island.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna mention it. We'll see. But yeah.
It seems like a jolly video. I don't know if they're gonna
Yeah,
get
exactly.
into
So
stuff
just
like
let us
that.
know like the true history.
city in the world for 7 years in a row. But then it was bumped down to second place after Vienna, Austria. Come on, Melbourne, get back in the game. One of Melbourne's founders was John Batman. Yep, that was his real name. And get this, the city was temporarily called Batmania.
No way.
Too bad they
Funny.
decided to change it to Robinville? Nah.
Gotham City.
In 2018, Australia ranked third after Norway and Switzerland on the Human Development Index.
Nice.
This index is based on education, life expectancy, and citizens' income. Basically, they got a good thing going down under there. In 2005, security guards at the Parliament House in Canberra were prohibited from calling people mate.
No way.
But the ban only lasted for a day, mate. G'day.
Hashtag baby.
If you're ever in Western Australia, you can visit one of their many super salty pink lakes. They get the bubblegum hue from a certain type of algae and bacteria, and they're totally safe to swim in. Just be careful what you chew. Oh, and be sure to take a
Heavy.
selfie
I
while
know.
you're swimming in what looks like a giant pool of Pepto-Bismol. You can thank Australia for coming up with the word selfie in the first place. There are about 74 million sheep to 25 million people in Australia, which makes an impressive ratio of 3 to 1. Only China and India have more than that. Oh, and the kangaroo thing is totally true. There are twice as many kangaroos as there are people there.
Huh.
That's 50 to 25 million.
Damn.
Speaking of which, when a baby kangaroo is born, it's only half an inch long. It's also hairless and totally pink. Kinda looks like a gummy bear. What else is there in Australia?
I kind of want to Google a baby kangaroo when they're first born.
Yeah.
Also, have you seen those videos where they show you inside of a kangaroo sack?
No. Don't watch it.
Consider yourself blessed. Yeah, it's not
Wait.
pleasant.
Oh, that's right, koalas. And to top that, there are 10 times more camels than koalas. Australia is the source of a lot of the Middle East's
Damn, they
camels.
got everything.
What
Now,
the
in
hell?
Western Australia, it's against the law to be in possession of more than 110 pounds of potatoes. Well, every country has its obscure, bizarre laws. The architect of the world-famous Sydney Opera House got the idea of this unique construction while munching on an orange. If you combine all the sails of the building's roof, you'll get a perfect sphere.
Oh,
The most ancient fossils in the world were found in Australia. They were no less than 3.4 billion years
Wow.
old, even older than my leftovers in the fridge. There are so many different species in this country that only 25% of them have been discovered so far. Of the animals discovered to be native to Australia, none have hooves. Burger King miraculously turns into Hungry Jack's as soon as you land in Australia. It's the Aussie
is that?
franchise of the famous fast food chain. Australia is a unique continent.
It's
why did
interesting.
they change the names? Like, okay, they have Carl's Jr. here, and then like on the East Coast, it's called Hardee's. I don't know if it's still called that over there, but it's the same logo, same menu.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting.
Like, just fucking call it the
yeah,
same
I know you
thing.
guys call McDonald's Macca's.
Macca's.
Yeah.
I like
there
that.
was a video I remember seeing of like all the like slang of Australians,
Mm-hmm.
and they like, you guys cut so many words
It
and
just
make it
seems
like little
easy.
slang words.
It's kind of like, that's kind of cool.
No, I
though.
know, it's funny. It's
It-
just like its own language.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
I remember your sister saying though that like living like the life there isn't so. It's very just like people are just existing. Like people are just kind
Laid
of
back.
Yeah, like people are living.
Yeah.
They're not like
It might be-
worried about their job so much. and,
Yeah.
like,
When I went
Yeah.
to Brisbane, it was way more of like city that seemed like business people.
mhm.
So
Where did she live? Queensland or where did she live?
Queensland, yeah, I
think
believe
so.
Queensland. But it was not that long of a drive to like Surfers Paradise and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but yeah, we didn't go to Sydney or Melbourne, and I really do. Those are cool. I would want to go back like and check them out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to
I
go.
think Sydney is where like a lot of musicians are, and like artists.
And that doesn't house any active volcanoes. It's also the flattest continent on our planet. But it's got plenty of mountains, and one of them is called Mount Disappointment. It's just 2,600 feet tall, and naturally, explorers William Hovell and Hamilton Hume expected to see a great view from the top. However, after climbing the mountain, they discovered that there were too many trees growing on top and blocking the view completely.
Oh,
Guess how the
poor
men
thing,
felt?
Too many trees.
Australia has tons of unique flora and fauna species that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Among those are a staggering 1,500 spider
God.
species.
No.
Spider species, yeah. On the bright side,
Dude, like, luckily when I was there, I never
Spider
saw that.
species.
I don't think my sister did either. Maybe she did once. She saw like the giant tarantulas, but we already
Certain
have.
areas, no?
Yeah, in LA, there's a lot of the little spiders, like teeny tiny, but they're everywhere apparently. I read this thing that's like usually
There's
in your
always a
apartment or
spider.
house, there's always one like nearby.
I can't remember exactly how much, but I've read that too. Like it's
Yeah.
like you're always within like 10 feet or
a
6
s- a little
feet
spider or
or something of a
something.
spider.
Yeah, they're apparently if you kill them,
I don't see
it actually
that.
makes more cum.
I've heard that too, that
Yeah.
it attracts more. I don't know how true that is, but
Yeah, I don't know,
Or if you-
but
yeah.
y'all got some different. You got some different
Listen, I can
life
deal
over
with-
there and bugs.
I can kind of deal with spiders, like I can, but if they're like giant, no.
The videos I've seen from Australia are like the giant tarantulas. I'm just like, that's like an
No.
alien right there. I was like, you guys,
They
you know,
are.
I wonder what if Australia was like one of the ones that got contacted by aliens. That's why you guys got some interesting species.
I don't think species would be like their first thought. Like I don't think aliens are coming here and they're like, yeah, we're gonna leave a bunch of crazy big
I do feel
insects.
I feel like Australia, Egypt, like certain places like China. Those are the places where aliens are coming first,
I
and they're
think
gonna
China
go
for sure.
communicate. They're probably gonna be like, we don't fucking care about
Well,
America.
remember, didn't like Neil deGrasse Tyson say something about like if aliens were to contact us, the Chinese would be like the
Yeah,
first to know about
because
it?
apparently in China they have the biggest not telescope,
Satellite or whatever. or what?
something, maybe telescope, but
I
it
don't
was the
remember.
first.
I think it is telescope actually.
It's
now
the
you say that.
biggest. That way they're able to, I think, like acknowledge that something like that is happening sooner than anyone else in the world.
We don't know. We just know that was like the conclusion of that. So we're fucked if the aliens come. China's not helping us.
Yeah.
and we are. While some of them are fatally poisonous, most are completely harmless. But how do I tell them apart? Oh, the poisonous ones were signs. Got it. It's also where you'll find 21 of the world's top 25 most venomous snakes.
Great.
More than 90% of Australia is covered with some kind of vegetation. Since 1988, Australia has had a national floral emblem, and it's the golden wattle. When this plant blooms, it gets covered with the country's national colors, green and gold. Australia is a multinational country, with more than 200 different languages and dialects spoken there.
Wow.
awesome.
The most popular non-English languages are Mandarin, Greek, Arabic, Vietnamese, and Cantonese. There are 19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Australia, including 12 natural sites, 3 cultural sites, and 4 mixed sites.
Wow.
The difference between Australia's total length and its width is only 200 miles. Hey, do you have an 8-hour working day? You can thank Australian stonemasons for that. In 1865, they demanded to make 8-hour shifts the standard, and it spread throughout the world from there. With 8 people per square mile, Australia has an extremely low population density. For comparison, there are about 93 people per square mile in the US. The national Australian airline Qantas uses recycled cooking oil to power its interstate flights.
Alright.
So, have I missed any cool facts about Australia? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something
Let
new
us
today,
know.
then give this video a like and share it with a friend. But hey, don't go waltzing Matilda just yet.
All right. And that was the video. That was pretty quick.
It was also, like I was saying, it's also very like, look how cool this is.
Yeah, it seems like
guys.
an educational video for like.
Which is cute. It keeps you engaged. I mean, the channel is called Brightside, so I can't
Yeah.
expect anything.
It was informative though. It's interesting. But yeah, if there's anything else that you guys like,
Fun
know,
facts.
yeah, about Australia or anything.
Experiences you've had
Yeah,
there.
things you like, things you don't like, anything, let us know.
That is wild that most 80% of the people are just like on that coast, which makes sense. Like why
Yeah.
wouldn't you be? But like here, yes, most people are on the coast or it's
There's
more
still-
populated, but I feel like there are a lot of like inland, not
Yeah.
inland, well, Midwest and stuff.
We just
people
have so
live.
many people for the size of our country. Our
Yeah,
country
it's
is
too
big,
much.
but we do have a ton of people.
Yeah, he said for every 8 people we have like 93 or something. Or am I or did I like
I forgot.
that?
I forgot exactly the calculation that he used, but
Anyway,
there's a lot
we have
of
a shit
people
ton of
per
people.
square mile or something like that.
yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was very quick.
It was.
And
But yeah, maybe you guys will enjoy that.
we should do more bright side videos.
Yeah,
Like
that was
for
cool.
for every mentally draining video.
We'll do
For
one
every,
like jolly video. But yeah, let us know what your guys' favorite places in Australia, or like just any of the history of Australia. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll leave our vlog channel in the description. Don't forget to go like and subscribe to that too if you want to see us.
Please subscribe.
If you want to see us be in our
humble
goofy
state.
selves.
Humble
Yeah.
natural state.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, I mean, it's a quicker one today. We'll see how it goes if you like it. But yeah,
Sweet. Thanks,
Cool.
guys, for everyone who has watched and subscribed and support.
peace out.